Set the jet. Good to hook. Hopping and popping. Cooking with Amish butter.
All right, let me, as I start this out, Pat McNamara, I need to get something clear because we are here at the range you like to go
Trigger
to.
Time.
Trigger Time. And
Carthage.
you've got over here just a few of
Squad members.
Tier 1 squad members.
Yep.
Now, in your Keep the Blaze Alive coaching squad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's my understanding that these guys can just contact you, arrange a time at the range, hang out,
Easy breezy, lemon squeezy.
shoot targets,
Forget about it.
learn some things,
Yep.
camaraderie,
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Your understand. This would be correct. Yes.
So-
the answer to your question is yes.
All right, so let me ask you another question then. It's also my understanding that these very same squad members get first dibs on your actual courses.
First dips on courses that I post. Yep, 100%. Matter of fact, I only advertise to the squad members.
Now, it's also my understanding that they also get first access to like a new shipment of bands.
Right, yes.
Your exercise, you get
Yep.
you some bands.
Bands or any kind of gear that I put out. Yes.
And they get a permanent discount
Correct.
on all items that they purchase.
You're batting 1,000 right now. You are correct on all fronts.
And now wait a minute. It's also
Man, there's
it's also my understanding that they get a weekly 2-hour live stream where they ask
Correct.
questions on YouTube Q&A. But for these Tier 1 people, twice a month they get 2 hours and a
Zoom.
live Zoom call,
Live Zoom.
face to face.
Yep.
They
Yep.
ask you questions, you tell stories.
Yep.
All that.
Chew
good
the
stuff.
fat. Air grievances. Talk about successes, victories.
I think it costs them like $47 a month.
Yep.
All of that.
All of that. And more.
Why are you so generous?
I guess, CJ, it's just, it's just who I am.
Anyway, so here we are at Trigger Time.
Yep.
Squad members. Mac had opened up his stuff, and I was like, dude, let me
Take a
grab the
gander.
camera and look
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
got
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Now, these are like, what percentage of your collection?
Oh, just a fraction. A fraction. But I was unclear as to what I might want to shoot today. I think today's going to be a 1911 day. So that's why I've got this one with me right here. And in the event I want to go 1911 in 9 single stack or 2011 in 9 double stack. Or if I want to work Glock 19 with acro. Or if I want to work, Glock with optic or standard Glocks, then I have.
So you're going to switch out iron sights.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably switch it up a little bit. More than likely.
And now, how are you? Do you know where I can get any ear protection?
Right in that box, bro.
Apparently.
There it is.
Well, you always bring a bunch
Extras.
of stuff.
Yeah. I want people to be comfortable too, especially if they don't have the right gear. That I could just say, hey, that gear is crap. Let me throw something on.
Now, how often, when you throw your courses, do people come out without sufficient gear?
There's at least 1 or 2 people per course who have something real janky, and I just make a suggestion to them. Like, hey, maybe use this instead for the time being, or they'll have stuff break. So I'm gonna be prepared and make sure I have extra stuff, so that way they're not, just that way they're participating. Even though it's my gear, they can still participate. They can still get rounds downrange. They can still get the work and the reps in.
Now, is that common with instructors?
I don't know if it is or not.
Or is that just a Pat Mac thing?
It's definitely a Pat Mac thing. There's no doubt about that. I'm very, very, very generous.
Well, that's an interesting question because, somebody had brought up, on a YouTube comment, which is where you find the most friendly comments,
Yep.
is on YouTube. Somebody was kind of asking about your charitableness.
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah.
Does Mac do any kind of charity? Does he do
Yep.
any good things? Which is kind of, I almost sent a screenshot of that comment to Rebecca, your wife,
Yep.
because
She would have
knows
blew a
firsthand.
gasket because that guy there was some insinuation there.
Yeah.
I remember that comment that I do not.
Right.
And how presumptuous is that? He doesn't know me. But yeah, man, a lot of it's just even online, answering calls, answering messages, answering emails, answering text messages and stuff like that. But we do a lot, Rebecca and I do a lot in our community,
Yep.
Boys and Girls Clubs of Moore County. And then we do a lot with local charities as well. We put the work in both civilian side of the house and military and law enforcement.
Yeah, I participated with at least a couple of
Yep.
the fundraisers. We raised thousands of dollars.
Yeah, the one we did with O'Donnell's, we raised $5,000 for needy kids
Right.
for Christmas. Yep. And then the one we did for the Moore County Law Enforcement Association, we raised $7,000 for that one.
Yeah, and then there was.
And then we did a squad event out here where we raised $7,000 for the Unit Scholarship Fund.
Yeah, so we now have the which is another benefit I forgot to mention, Mac, when you said and more when it
Yep.
comes to the Keep the Blaze Alive coaching squad. At tier 1 level, we have a couple of live meetups, 3-day events.
Yep.
That combines both speaking, range, competition,
Right.
camaraderie, hang out at the pub for 3 days straight. But through that, the registration that people pay went to
Right. Charity.
charity for a scholarship fund for Special Forces,
Yep.
kids of Special Forces veterans.
Yep.
So all of that, plus, again, I highlight that because of the stuff that you do here on the range. It's not just a charitableness, it's a generosity.
Right.
It's a thoughtfulness for other people. And I'm not trying to just blow sunshine. I'm trying to give people who always ask these questions online some information about you. This is not a Mac worship fest, ladies
Right.
and gentlemen, because you ask the goddamn questions, we're
Right.
giving you the goddamn answers.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I mean, one of the more generous people that I know, and we're friends, and he treats me like that, you know.
Hell, I cook for you, bro.
Dude, how about that? And why are you wearing a rag? No.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, why the rag, bro?
Why a rag? It's funny when people
your
ask
bio.
when people ask that question, why do you wear a rag? You figure, I finally write
Yep.
to them. I say, wipe and clean.
Right, wipe and clean.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's
Wipe and clean.
to look cool? Do you think it's to protect him from bullets? Do you think? I mean, what would be your other guesses? I'm curious to know what your other guesses would be that the rag is for.
It to me, it's mind-boggling that people even ask. I mean, it's a freaking why. My question would be, why aren't you wearing?
Yeah, why
one?
aren't you wearing the rag? Yeah. What
Yeah.
do you wipe your hands? Does anybody got a paper towel?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta wipe my nose. I gotta mend a wound.
Yeah.
I have to fix this thing. I have to clean my glasses. I have to clean my optic. I have to wipe the oil off my hands, sweat out of my eyes, etc.
So, what's your approach to something like this when you're just going to hang out? with dudes?
We're just gonna have fun. I mean, it's not gonna be stuffy. It's not gonna be instruction. We're just gonna warm up on some bullseye drills, set some steel up, and run a couple steel courses of fire. And then we got the Texas Star back there set up, so we'll shoot that and talk a little smack.
Now, did you bring all the
Yep,
targets?
brought all this stuff. Yeah.
So again,
Yep.
it's the generosity thing. So now, how do you balance the? All right, I'm not going to be too teacher today. I'm going to be more just hanging out with the dudes.
Well,
probably
they're not
hard to do.
They're not strangers anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they were strangers, I would have to go into instruction mode.
Right.
And head, on a swivel, left and right, making sure everybody's safe at all. This is a pretty safe and gun savvy group, so I don't have to worry about that. So I could goof off as well, which I don't ever get goof off time on a range. So I want goof off time as well, and this is a good group to do it with.
So yeah, because if you're not coming out here to do a private class course or make a video or something, you don't do something like this necessarily. Do you?
Nope, no,
Right.
nope. And this is a new thing that started just with the squad. So
Yeah. Dude.
and I could see it continuing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Easy stuff.
Hey Mac, thanks for taking time with our show.